Hello and welcome back to the video lecture on cloud computing. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about the cluster computing, grid computing and its comparison with respect to cloud computing. So let's start with today's lecture. So first of all, we will understand what do you mean by a cluster, what is exactly a cloud cluster computing technology all about, what is grid computing, okay? But before that, we need to understand some motivational points behind the invention of these three technologies. So let's start. The first motivational point was many science and engineering problems today require large amounts of computational resource and cannot be executed in a single machine. Large commercial supercomputers are very expensive to be bought. Businesses and internet applications such as e-commerce solutions, web servers, file servers, databases, they require high performance computing. So in line with this need, and cost-effective approach was invented, and it was nothing but cluster computing, grid computing, and cloud computing. So first of all, let's begin by understanding what is cluster. A cluster is nothing but collection of computers on a network that can function as a single computing resource by making use of additional system management software. It works as an integrated collection of resources. Cluster consists of standalone machines with storage, a fast interconnection network, low latency communication protocol to establish communication across the cluster, software to give a single system image, which is also called as cluster middleware. It also offers some programming tools to utilize the cluster. Now here is an image which is actually explaining about a simple cluster, right? Now we can see there are two CPUs with one memory module, two IO modules and a hard disk connected. And this particular block is connected with some other block having same configuration such as two CPUs, one IO module, two IO modules, one memory modules, and they are connected with each other via a high-speed messaging link. But here the disks are not shared between these two blocks. So it is a standby servers with no shared disk. Okay, it's a kind of cluster. Next, this is another type of cluster where you can see there are two CPUs, three IO modules, one memory modules. Similarly, again, there is one more block having two CPUs, three IO modules and one memory module. And they are connected with each other via a high-speed messaging link. And they are connected, or rather they are having shared hard disk by making use of a disk parallelism tool that is RAID. Okay, so here we can see that standby servers with shared disk. This is another example of a cluster. Now, a real-time example of cluster can be Google infrastructure. Google serves on an average 1,000 queries per second. Of course, it's data fetched in year 2000. Now the number of queries fetched per second are significantly increased at a very large level. You can just have a look at this particular slide to understand how Google infrastructure is actually using the clusters, right? More than 6,000 PCs and 12,000 disks give 1 petabyte of disk storage in Google infrastructure. Moving ahead. Now we will understand what do you mean by grid computing. Okay, and parallelly we will also understand what was the need of the invention of grid computing, even though there was cluster computing in market. So an alternative to traditional large distributed systems which can provide better computational power for high-end applications was known as grid. Innovative extension to distributed computing technology. It leverages combination of hardware, software, virtualization and the distributed sharing of those virtualized resources. So basically the main motive of grid computing was to come up with an innovative extension to distributed computing technology. What is grid computing and who is the pioneer of this technology? Of course, IBM's grid computing has put forward use open standards and protocols to gain access to computing resources over the internet. So essentially, to gain the computing resources, to gain access to the computing resources over the internet, grid computing was invented. Okay, even though cluster computing was there, it was not that effective solution to access the computing resources over the internet. Grid computing uses large number of small systems spread across geographical regions, geographical boundaries, with availability of high-speed networking, surmounts the distance problem. Now, let us have a look at the types of grids: data grids, compute grids. Data grids are the grids which focus on data location, data transfer, data access, and critical aspects of security. Compute grids provide users with compute power for solving jobs, the ability to allow for independent management of computing resources. So essentially, the grids are classified as per the type of application you want to deploy onto the grids. Types of grid environment. There are basically three types of grid environment: global grids, enterprise grids, and cluster grids. Global grids are the collection of enterprise and cluster grids. Enterprise grids are nothing but multiple projects or departments. They share resources within an enterprise or campus. A university can be an example of an enterprise grid. Cluster grids, these are the simplest form of grid, provides compute service at the project or departmental level. So it can be a local level cluster which is accessed for that particular enterprise grid. The key benefit of the cluster grid architecture is maximizing the use of computing resources such as Linux machines, increased throughput for user jobs. So these are the advantages of cluster grids. Cluster grid can operate within a heterogeneous environment with mixed server types, mixed operating systems. So irrespective of the diverse platforms, the cluster grid can operate seamlessly. Now we have reached to the comparison or the comparative slide between grid computing, cluster computing and cloud computing, of course. So if we have a look at characteristic, basically cluster computing talks about the tightly coupled systems. Grid computing talks about loosely coupled systems, and cloud computing tells about the dynamism which is offered in accessing the computing infrastructure. In cluster computing, a bunch of similar computers are hooked up locally to operate as a single computer. In grid computing, the computers do not have to be in the same physical location. They can be widespread, they can be having widespread across different geographical boundaries. In cloud computing also, the computers need not be in the same physical location. The cluster computers all have the same hardware and operating system. It majorly supports a homogeneous environment. In case of grid computing, the computers that are part of a grid can run different operating systems and have different hardware. So it supports heterogeneous environment. As far as cloud computing is concerned, the memory, the storage devices, network communications are managed by the operating system of the basic physical cloud units, and open source software such as Linux can support the basic physical unit management and virtualization computing. So the basic difference is cloud computing has actually lifted up the very, very important technology, and that is virtualization, which supports the heterogeneous environment as well as the seamless access rights to the user as far as the computing resources are concerned. So here in case of cluster computing, all the nodes can be looked up as a single system image. Here in grid computing, every node is autonomous. It can give you the separate resources as per your need. And in cloud computing also, every node acts as an independent unit. Okay. So these are the basic differences between these three technologies: cluster computing, grid computing, and cloud computing. Okay. So I hope you have understood what we discussed in this particular video lecture. Stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you very much.